religious, like Garba, like Gujarati culture,
Yeah,
right?
everybody cruise.
So there's two sides, and actually they're hitting it on the point. They're hitting it on the nose, and it's really good, and it's growing actually.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful to see it happen.
Sort of like CI and Dhanji have been groomed by Aghori music. They were, I think, they're the OGs of the Ahmedabad
scene. They come every time I'm there, and we do an event.
They're lovely people. They're lovely people.
And Nosari ma bhi avelana. Yeah, they came in. They came Nosari. They haven't done Surat. I don't think they've done Surat yet.
Not
but
yet.
Nosari ma avelana. Yeah, man. Anytime you let me know, man.
I met them the first time. I thought, they're the people like us. I mean, I hadn't heard about Gujarati rap since Paranoid Dance Crew ke through mile the, and we were shooting something or the other. I was like, yo, what's up? Achha chal raha hai, baat acha chal raha hai. A few days later, I realized the scale they are on. Like, fuck, ये तो इतने आराम से मिलके गए हम लोगों से जैसे हमारे level पे ही है. They're on a different level.
It goes with even the Dhanji and all.
Yeah.
Like, they don't make it seem that they're going to go big and the type of music they're making.
Yeah.
Because I met them twice, once in Surat, once in Ahmedabad.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, when I'm talking to them, they don't really want to talk about themselves.
Yeah, उनका फालतू का portrayal नहीं है कि मैं ये हूँ, I'm doing this shit, I'm doing that shit.
They're just trying to peep the scene, dog. They're just peeping the scene, man. They want to peep what's going on. They don't want to let you know what's going on. They want to peep the scene.
Yeah. Dhanji, I don't know. Dhanji, I like because it's more like he's practicing the art when he's performing. Because I've seen him perform. And it's just like he's so lost in the performance that he doesn't really care about how people are reacting to his flow. Because the best thing I liked about Dhanji when he released the album Dua, he was like Lambi Umar album. Because he knows that we're gonna fucking listen to it after 10 years or 15 years.
Yeah. So it's going to be one of those epic albums.
Yeah.
It's just going to be played for years.
So actually teasing the album.
Yeah, no, definitely tease it, man. Actually, when I met all those guys in Ahmedabad, Dhanji was actually the first one that I met out of all of them. And at that time, he was living in New York.
Oh.
So he was working out there. He was just making some paper. He was working in restaurants like 18 hours a day. And he was just hustling, and he was doing that. And I was like, all right. And then finally he came back to India and Ahmedabad. And then since then, he's just been fucking handling
So you met him first time in the States?
Yeah. And so actually I ran across him. So I was already here in India.
Okay.
And he was already in the US. And he was out there making some money, doing his thing. I think he was a student for a while. And, he introduced me to CIE and Acharya and Neil CK and all these guys. And that's kind of how we kind of got tight. Yeah. And his story is very amazing, actually, because he went out there, he made some money, he came back, and he's just been wrecking it. And that's what he told me back then. He's like, yo, like, I'm just hustling right now, and I'm going to be back, watch. And he told me this probably...
18.
This is before COVID, bro.
18, 19.
Yeah, before COVID.
19, he was back.
Yeah.
19, he was back in Ahmedabad.
He was...
Lost in AMD.
Yeah, there you go. So we did the Lost in AMD, we did AMD show. I think it was the first one, and then the fourth one. We did 2 or 3 of them.
Where?
Yeah. In Ahmedabad. Yeah, in Ahmedabad. Yeah.
They also keep throwing parties, but it's more like closed concerts. Like if there's a venue में, jam pack it.
Yeah. 4 Yeah. It's wild, bro. Really good scene, man. I love it.
First couple months was lockdown, and I went to Bangalore for my graduation. My college was going on. I remember there were all like South Indian friends around me, and I'm just playing Dhanji. They're like, what the fuck are you up to, man? That time I remember there were a couple of things. Like I used to play Hanuman Jan at that time, and nobody knows.
Yeah. I've been playing him for years too, man, on my show. Like, definitely check out my show. It's big in hip hop. Yeah, Geo7, Apple Music.
Radio.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely hit me up on my links. So we've been playing this music for a long time, and for me, actually seeing all these artists grow and blow up, not just locally but globally now, is really fucking cool, man. It's so cool. But it's very nostalgic for me because I grew up in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 90s in LA.
Yeah. Oh.
So I saw hip hop at its heyday, right? And I'm seeing this kind of happening now here. And it's so amazing to me. So amazing to me.
How was LA in your teens, man?
It was
Like,
crazy, bro.
20 years back, there was the cusp of hip-hop. I mean,
bro.
all the trials and errors were done. We were finally making it big.
That's what turned me into a DJ, dog. And then I eventually went into audio engineering, got my degree in that, and just kept on moving on forward. And now I'm doing a radio show. I never thought I'd be doing a radio show, but like, it's gotten to that level where we kind of gone through our own path, right? Everybody goes through their own path, right?
Exactly.
So seeing it happening here is something, not just that something I never expected, but it's so nostalgic.
But did you
It's
see that
really cool.
coming? Like, when I saw the whole, when it started with the Emiway and Raftaar beat, how we saw the kick to the DHH, the zone.
Yeah.
2019, 2022 tak, it was all out. I saw this coming because I was like, okay, Surat mein there'll be some, or like Gujarat mein there'll be some who's gonna just put Gujarat on the map.
And how long ago was that?
5 years.
5 years. It's just 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah, man. See, look, now it's starting to happen.
Yeah, now it's starting.
That's my point. It takes time. It does take time.
Absolutely, because it also needs, like, more than the internal motivation, it needs the external factors which align. I mean, if you're in your room making music for a year, you'll be grinding on the skill, but you'll get more exposure when you have a group around you who's motivating each other, bringing just collabs or features and bringing on the culture, ciphers,
for sure,
so that you grow together and you make a whole community around, so that more people are inclined, okay, let me write a verse, or I have a story to tell.
Yeah.
Let me try to bring it, or let me just ink it down.
No,
so
for
I
sure.
Think,
so I think a lot of artists now that are starting to realize that what they're doing needs to be more regional. Exactly. People need to relate on that.
Yeah.
Create that really solid foundation, and then you'll fucking grow. Yeah. Right? So if you're talking about, as an example, here in Surat, we have Karan, right?
Yeah.
Karan has created such a foundation that his boys, everybody who's been doing it for so long, now they have this crazy platform. Everybody relates. It's just growing. Yeah.
You guys spiral around.
Yeah. Because he's a prime example of that.
Yeah. I like that guy because there have been a lot of call-outs, okay?
Yeah.
Because I follow Surat scene like mad.
Sure.
There have been a lot of call-outs from Surat, the new age coming.
I know. He was told me about it. I was like, really?
I don't know about this.
Yeah, bro. There's so much stuff. Like, honestly, I've heard like, oh, this can't happen. This can't happen. I was like, really? I was like, your bros don't even have a scene right now. Like, what are you talking about?
Talk shit about me, because if it's gonna be ugly if I talk shit.
Fucking hell.
Oh, तभी उसके recent गाने में उसने वो बोला कि सूरत को मैं बना रहा हूँ और सूरत वाले मुझे ऐसा बोल. Oh, मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा था वो क्या बोल रहा है. अब मेरे को थोड़ा समझ आ रहा है.
That's horrible, man.
I also have beef नहीं है ऐसे सूरत के कल्चर से, but मतलब बता देता हूँ मैं तुम लोग को, कुछ नहीं है अपन लोग, ठीक है, me included, we're nothing. मेरे सामने आके किसी के सामने आके बनो मत तुम कुछ. एक तो सपोर्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, then somebody will come like,
no, we're trying to build something.
battle rap किया, I'm this, I'm nothing.
We want to work together. We want to do something. For some nonsense, like, it just doesn't make sense.
So I think if you have balls enough to fight with the
गाने निकालो ना, गाने निकालो, वीडियो बनाओ. वीडियो नहीं बनाते, बोलते पैसा नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं. भाई बनते बिना पैसों के भी वीडियो. अपना विजन समझाओ लोगों को जाके. रोते रहोगे कमरे में बैठ के कि वीडियो नहीं बन रहा, तो नहीं बनने वाला वीडियो भाई. इतने लोग आगे रोते हैं कि ये करा दो, वो करा दो. Now few people are finally taking chances, they're doing stuff. और जो chances नहीं ले रहे भाई, मैंने तो उनसे भी बात करना बंद कर दिया फिलहाल. So it's all chill.
Being at my age, I think about the same thing. I'm like, you know what? If I don't take this risk, if I don't take this chance, and really just be myself and believe in what I'm doing, I'm 45. Like, I'm going to be regretting what I don't do. I can only understand where you guys are at, because you guys are at your prime. You should be thinking exactly along those lines. I think in the US, I wasn't doing anything that was this, I think, focused. I think at your guys' age, I was working for the other big record labels, doing street team stuff, like promoting, like, Wu-Tang and all these guys. But nobody, no. But I'm just saying, like, it wasn't focused on what we're doing here now.
Right.
And I have those connections and I like to have those and use those. But right now we're kind of at that crossroads where slowly things are meshing. So for us to stay consistent is very important.
True.
I think that's the thing. Is if we stop and you know, Siahi was one of the main guys who said that to me. He said, because I asked him, I was like, yo, bro, like, you're in Ahmedabad. Like, Gujarat is such a hard place to start a hip-hop scene. Like, what are you doing, man? And he goes, you know what? But if I leave, there's nobody else that's going to do it.
That's true.
And I was like, bro, you fucking hit it on the nose. Respect. All right, I'm not gonna differ from that either. Like, and
that's what,
and that's pretty. And he's from Kashmir. He's not even from Gujarat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because for him, I think what he meant by saying that Gujarat has given him so much.
Yeah.
And if he'll not represent Gujarat, it'll be a big injustice to himself. And
for sure, man.
And that's why I in a way I relate that because I know 2 or 3 rappers from Surat and around Surat, who went to Mumbai, worked under a label for like a couple of years. Now they are releasing music and they think everything is good, okay?
Yeah.
I respect every artist. But if you're not talking about where are you from and what your roots are, I want to know that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Again, it comes down to that regional foundation. Yeah, man.
Because like if I listen to Siege right now, I'm a big fan of Siege.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had him on your show as well.
Yeah. It was like 7th or 9th episode.
Right.
His EP came, Dubna, Terna and Bhagna.
Right.
Dubna, Terna.
Yeah.
For that he came for a listening session and he was humble enough and he was really, whole day we spent, we chilled, we talked about music, a lot of things, and then we shot a pod. He told me, like, if I don't represent Mira Road, nobody else will. That's the same line you said.
Yeah.
Because he was like,
No, there's Shakespeare. Shakespeare represents Mira Road too.
Yeah.
Shakespeare represents.
Like
Bombay Local. Big shout out to Bombay Local. Bombay Local.
Like Mira Road को अभी सब मुंबई के बाहर ही रखते हैं. Like मुंबई के सीन में कोई गिनाता नहीं है Mira Road को. Because basically there's a bit I'll not say beef but a bit not good relationship between the Mira Road rappers and the Mumbai local, like the Mumbai.
So Mumbai is a very it's a very focal point. Yeah, it's a focal point for a lot of hip hop. So that whole beef culture has always been like one of these things, right? So yeah, I think that kind of comes with the territory. Yeah, it comes with the territory.
Yeah. He's just so raw, and I like when people are so raw yet they are so normal. Like, you don't always have to be hard until your microphone comes in. He's just talking so normally about everything, and when the mic comes, he's just blasting your brains off on it. So I like that. I like okay, whenever the DHL says like, tell me what are you listening to like nowadays?
So you know what? I actually stopped listening to American hip hop altogether.
Yeah, okay.
I only listen.
That's kind of related.
And so I have contact with a lot of record labels directly. So they send me all kinds of stuff, like Mass Appeal, Def Jam, Azadi. They are always sending me stuff. All the artists, even independent artists. So like,
some unreleased after this.
Actually, I have some. I brought my pen drive. I think I have some stuff. Yeah. I have some stuff. Okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. So like MC Altaf sent me his whole thing. There's a lot of that stuff that's coming out. And just kind of absorbing it and understanding a lot of that. The 64 bars actually Red Bull's thing is coming out. So we're working. So actually it's Karan Kanchan, Says on the Beat, and Parimo Shays. Yeah, it's all 3 producers producing for the next 9 episodes. So they're doing 2 each.
One more season. Like one more.
No, so the season already started.
They've already started it.
Yeah. So
already a lot of things.
There's already 3 that are released. There's no. There's the last season. The new season started.
This season I haven't.
So this season includes 3 producers now. It's just not Karan Kanchan.
That's nice.
It says on the beat Parimo Shays and
I haven't checked out this season because last season I'm sorry to say, but I think Ikka just ate. Even Harawan guy. What was that verse in Master Davis?
I think I सुना है शायद एक मुंबई को यार performing. I think it's going under the Kanford music label now.
Yeah.
They have to take it away
100%.
from their own and then
100%. That's the way it works, bro.
But
That's the way it works.
Even if you give like 2 big songs and hustle, before even getting selected to top 8, your half the work is done because you'll get good money from
10-15 show to big guy, na?
Yeah, and good base audience who's going to listen to your music. Like your monthly listeners will be increased to that base.
So one thing that I've seen is actually with a lot of these, not even the winners. I'm talking about the people who are in the top 5.
Top 5.
Those guys actually get a huge platform, more than the winner actually.
More than the judges. Look at King right now.
We always have to ask.
King was a performer. Abhi Ikka Raftaar se bada chal raha hai wo. King फोड़ रहा है भाई हर जगह.
He was like, upload करो, be the judge now.
Main judge बनाओ तो ना बनूं मैं. उसके बाद बादशाह से कम dates होगी अभी.
So I've kind of seen like people who have been not really winning that tournament or the challenge are actually the ones that actually progress a lot more because they've just had that platform. They've created that base. Even though they didn't win and then satisfied the judges, the public is really liking what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's really...
And I think,
look at Agsy is one of those.
Yeah.
Prime example, bro. Agsy is another prime example.
Agsy, I think she was also good with her work post the show.
Yeah, I think that's what's more important, being consistent post your show appearance.
Consistent, yes, but also I think you should be a bit authentic to your art, what you're trying to show on this. Like,
so this brings me back to that. This brings me back to that conversation where I wanted to talk about record labels and being independent. So she's always told me everything that she does, she owns the masters too. And that's the only way she will work forward, right?
Okay.
And that gives her a lot of control. It gives her a lot of creative. Yes, exactly.
I get it.
And that's exactly what you're touching on. So when you're part of a major label, they're going to tell you, look, this is what we need. This is our project. This is our budget. Blah blah blah. Right? A lot of them being independent and having that kind of control really changes the dynamic of what you're doing. It might take longer, but it's going to pay off in the long run. And you're going to also be one of those legendary artists who's going to kind of change the game. Yeah. And that's, I think a lot of artists aren't willing to put that work in. Again, that also now brings to another point we were talking about earlier, where artists are producing themselves, mixing themselves, doing all that, right? There you go. Second example. So now that's kind of came into that realm, right? Where, especially here in India, a lot of the artists are doing a lot of their stuff themselves. And that's kind of is blowing the labels up, is blowing them up. And they're trying to swoop up as many people as they can. But I think now a lot of labels are understanding that they can't handle all this stuff anymore because a lot of these people are doing it themselves and they don't want to deal with that shit. Yeah. I don't want to work with your producer. I don't want to work with your marketing guy. I have my own producer. I have my own marketing guy. And we're doing well.
I just need a distribution.
Yeah. You just have I don't want a 360-degree clause.
Distribution agencies are working more in the recent years.
Yeah. So that whole game is changing now.
Yeah.
So all these labels are starting to really understand that the distribution game is something that they need to focus on. Yeah. And I've been seeing that too. And there's going to be now, like, I think 2 or 3 are merging. 2 or 3 of the major ones are merging.
And a lot of are just dissolving now.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
Who
bro.
do you think is emerging right now?
So I heard there's this Korean company, Korean record label that's called Hybe.
I've heard. I've also seen. I guess in a couple of videos, as a show wale videos mein Hybe.
Yeah, they're starting to swallow up a bunch of like labels, and they're going to be along with Warner, Universal, and Sony, and they're going to be the 4th one now.
Okay.
From what I've heard. So it's kind of crazy, and it's going to be a lot of distribution. There's a lot of digital shit that's going on with that, and that's the reason why a lot of these labels are buying up archives, like the whole like the archives say for like Queen, the whole discography for like say like Queen or something like that, is because they're going to be doing a lot of AI stuff too for like commercials and stuff like that.
AI is gonna
it's kind of crazy, bro.
This whole discography is a long battle ever since like the first label came in.
It's also good for the branding things in the future. They can use the voice.
So
and they can do
there's two sides.
Yeah.
So there's two sides. That's exactly what it is. So they're creating a whole new system and business system for marketing and all that, where obviously these guys are not alive anymore, but they want them to sing a song about fucking razor pay. Sing a song about razor pay, but we want Freddie Mercury to sing the song about razor pay.
Okay, that's
you understand now. So now they're able to go and do that and create these really crazy marketing things, and that's a huge market.
That's amazing.
I think that's already been happening in the Bollywood.
It's slowly happening. It's slowly happening.
Last year, Diwali pe, there was, I think Cadbury did it or someone like. So they took Shah Rukh Khan, they put AI, and they were like, you can just put the name, and Shah Rukh Khan will say your name by hand. So you can just edit.
It's so dirty, dog. It's so nagu, dog.
So this was second. I think उसके पहले उन्होंने क्या किया था? Cadbury did it. Cadbury had a marketing budget or something. No, so they promoted all the local mithai stores. So what they did was they trained the AI on, I think, Amitabh Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan's voice. I think Shah Rukh Khan hi tha. And they trained it like crazy, and every local shop owner, they said you just write your name and Shah Rukh Khan will endorse you. So everybody had a video of Shah Rukh Khan, Cadbury ka logo बाजू में, like मिठाई खरीदनी है तो मिठाई वाले से ही खरीदनी पड़ेगी. And it feels like Shah Rukh Khan is saying it. And it's so crazy,
bro. That's so insane.
It's amazing.
You should do that for my phone,
bro. Shah Rukh Khan saying,
it's available, bro. Why not?
Yeah,
it's totally available, bro.
Then you'll get famous. उसके बाद में copyright आ जाएगा, तब तक तो फिर famous हो गए ना, और कोई डाल देंगे. अरे भाई, चिल्लाने से बनते गाने क्या?
No, man. No, I get you, bro. That's crazy, yeah.
But don't you think we're talking about the AI music and all? Don't you think the real artist who write their own music is gonna be paid more in the future rather than the AI music? Because after a point in the future, there's gonna be saturation of just music coming out through AI.
Yeah.
The authentic, just going to the studio, recording your own.
So I think that really has to do with now people being able to trademark their voice.
Trademark their voice, right?
Yeah.
And I like it because he did this before even AI was a thing.
Yeah.
This 2 years back, and
no, I get it. I understand. Yeah, I get it. I haven't seen that video, but I think that's what it has to do. So your likeness and image and your voice, if you're able to trademark that and get that done, then that kind of circumnavigates this whole loophole that's there right now.
Okay.
But that needs to kind of become like a normal thing, like a standardized thing.
Okay.
And I think right now, I don't think people are really thinking about it. But I would think that would be the one loophole. I'm sure some legal scholar will be able to come up with something even better, but that's just what I think logically might make sense. But you never know, bro. It's so crazy with legalities and the way things are done, man. So there's a few states in the U.S. that have actually banned AI music making any monetary gains.
Really?
Right. Yeah. So Tennessee is one of the first ones. I believe that's where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. And I think they were the first one to do it right now. So anything made in Tennessee, AI-wise, is not monetized. I think that's kind of spreading. This was like a few months ago. I haven't paid attention to it, but I know that happened once. So I think that's kind of should be the trend. Obviously, these big record labels are not going to be happy about that.
Yeah. And they're going to find some loophole about this.
And they have big budgets. Yeah. And now this is going to be have to be a cooperative with a bunch of independent artists to create this movement.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to have to be a crowd-funded type thing.
That's true.
It's not like one artist who's going to do it, independent artist. Unless it's like some.
I think it's also going to take time to collect everyone who's going to work on this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I think making people understand what it is and how it's going and what the loopholes are is one thing. I think it's crazy to understand how the game is changing,
like
man.
AI fear is legit, but I think what would set the artist apart is, I think, again, authenticity. If you're just borrowing somebody else's story and putting in your own rap or your own music, after a point AI would also be able to do it. But when you say it with your own experience, your own thing, I don't think AI can replicate that. AI बहुत strong हो रहा है, but I think we're just overestimating the power of it altogether. कि कल को आके वो Divine जैसा rap भी लिख देगा, ये कर देगा. Divine is going through his own set of experiences. AI will go through his own set of experiences.
Yeah. I've heard the same conversation before, and I think you and I had this conversation.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think
before
we
the
spoke
party,
about,
I think before the first party, we were talking about the same thing.
Yeah, we had the same conversation before.
AI is like a tool. So Nawal made this very amazing tweet कि जब calculator बन रहा था, तब सारे mathematician जो उस time के थे, जब calculator नया आया, उन्होंने बोला कि अगर कैलकुलेटर आ गया तो मैथमेटिशियंस का क्या काम, ये तो हम करते हैं, ये वो करने लग जाएंगे तो कैसे चलेगा, क्या चलेगा, वो चलेगा. बट वंस द कैलकुलेटर केम, मैथमेटिक्स ग्रू 10-fold और 1000-fold. अब मैथमेटिक्स में तुम वो सब कर सकते हो जो कैलकुलेटर के पहले कर ही नहीं सकते थे. एआई के साथ भी वैसे, एआई से सब अभी डर रहे हैं बिकॉज एवरीबडी इज डूइंग मुंडेन बेसलेस जॉब्स जो उनको पता है कि किसी और को गुस्सा आएगा करने में या कोई और नहीं करेगा. But once AI comes through, it makes you freer from your normal task. It's when your creativity goes 10 times. Labels are scared because AI is democratizing everything.
I think what you mean to say, like when I was looking for, I was just studying about this. I think people are gonna invest their time more on creating art rather than the codes.
Yeah.
So hear me out. Like if I have AI, I'd rather want AI and the robots to do the chores, like the dishes, the washing machine and all, and I have my time myself to create the art, rather than letting AI do the artwork and I'm doing the chores. So I think that's gonna switch in that way that if I have assistants, I'll let them do the work, the hard work, the manpower work, which is not the creative side, and invest more of that energy and resources.
I really think that's you, though. Most people are going to use the AA side to be creative and take their name for it. Like say, oh, you know what, I created this. Yes, because it's so easy.
I think it's just going to be the 15 minutes of fame, but it's not going to work.
Yes,
exactly. When things become too easy, it becomes all the more easier to stand out once you do something authentic.
I think that would be very apparent. Yeah. You'll be able to understand the difference.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because,
so it comes down to the presentation at the
end. It comes down to your authenticity. If you really want to do it, or you're just doing it because 15 minutes mein paisa double.
Yeah. I get it.
In a way, because I see when okay, so there's a thing about people just talking about they just take out the clip from the podcast to 1 hour, they put shots. But I can see that it's a script. You're not actually having a conversation. You just want... So, there's a new thing on YouTube right now that people are recording podcasts for the clips. So, when I'm talking to you for 40 minutes and I have the script for the next 10 shots.
Yeah.
So, our whole conversation is going rhythmic in a way that for the next 10 shots. Ki agar ye topic khatam ho gaya,
you're just
next topic.
dictating the whole thing.
Yeah. And I think people will catch up to that because right now the only thing which is working is nothing because the templates are not working, the whole waves, the
crazy
trends are not working. Because everyone is trying to understand what's gonna work. Some people are getting their 15 minutes of fame, but
are you talking about podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that applies to rap as well. I mean, कुछ के एक दो गाने बहुत फट जाते हैं, and then after a few.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand exactly because there is a fine line that we need to define. Yeah. Go ahead. I want to hear you out, man.
I think it should be more like after this wave is gone, like of this whole small short-term retention and reels and shorts and all.
Yeah.
So now everyone wants to be a creator. I'm just showing in the base sense.
Yeah, it's become so diluted now.
How are we starting?
It's so diluted now.
How are we starting? They're creating shorts and they're creating reels. They're having an audience. They're creating a base audience who's gonna watch them, who's following them.
Sure.
From there, they're directing their audience to the podcast or the long format, so that they can retain.
I got you.
More of those people, and then they can sell either their brand or either a product or something.
The course.
It's crazy.
How to start making
a lot
podcasts.
of people have been telling me this is the formula. This is what I need to do, but it's just not natural for me.
Same man. I can't build a cloud for nothing.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, man. That's crazy.
You don't have so many people who's gonna watch your podcast. So I think first, just upload random. Take a topic, create a 30-second video on that. Put a video on Instagram. Do this for a year. Create an audience. Then start a podcast. I'm like, but that's not what I want. If I'm meeting a person, I'm not gonna talk to that person related to the 30-second video. My whole conversation is gonna be on a topic and the branches around it. Like if our topic is music, if we take, and we're talking about the branches, like whatever artists, labels, and we're talking about the branches. So that's what it's kind of funny to me, because I think YouTube is gonna take over really fast. Like I think sooner the OTT is gonna crash down and the movies are also gonna come to YouTube. Just imagine if the movies come to YouTube, who's gonna go to Netflix?
I'll tell you a story, man. About 15 years ago, I was in LA, right? And a bunch of like small studios were telling me it's gonna go all to YouTube and online subscriptions and stuff like that. Everything's gonna be changing to that. So that's crazy that you said that, because it is going in that direction. It has since then, and that was 15 years ago. And for you to say that now, it's definitely going to happen. And they said about 10, 20 years.
YouTube के साथ ये होगा, because YouTube is an open source platform. Open source as in open platform. Anybody can come and upload. और अगर होना होता तो अभी तक हो जाता.
नहीं, अभी होगा, क्योंकि अब समझो कि like I'm a filmmaker from a random town in India. I can create a movie. I can put it out. If that movie is running in the algorithm, I'll put ads. YouTube will get money. I'll get money.
Now let's look. I understand what you're saying. You're talking about new age movie.
It's going to cut between the OTT distribution part.
नहीं, अभी मैं बताता हूँ यहाँ पे अपने थोड़ा सा इकोनॉमिक्स को डाउन प्ले कर रहे हैं. कैसे कि let's say you're a small filmmaker, small age, अपने पास limited budget है. We make something, we hope that it reaches maximum people. When you're making a very big budgeted film, you want that kind of returns, because then you're not just invested creatively, you're also invested economically. There are producers coming in, there are
other people investing,
there are people coming in, and you want big returns, and you need big returns on it. So YouTube के साथ, I think on the view, pay-per-view or anything, even if जो अभी streaming चल रही है movies की या Netflix पे हो रहा है, उसके साथ में they won't be able to cover the cost of having such big stars. Exactly. तो उसकी वजह से वो नहीं आ पाएगा. कोई बड़ी मूवी बन के नहीं आ सकती. बट स्मॉल मूवीज जहां पे अपने को मौका नहीं मिल रहा है ओटीटी पे जाने का या वहां जाने का, उनके लिए यूट्यूब बहुत पहले से ही है. क्यों यू कम हियर, यू गैदर द आईबॉल्स, देन द राइट प्रोडक्शन हाउस विल गेट यू कि भाई ये मेरी पिक्चर को 100x करके देगा, इसको उठाता हूँ.
No, what you're saying is not wrong. I think there's so many different avenues of how things happen.
What I mean to say is, imagine if Netflix अपना एक side branch खोलता है, company on YouTube, and he's like, okay, I'll give money to tier 2, tier 3 filmmakers. I'll give them base money. You create a movie, you upload it on my ID on YouTube. You'll get the reach, you'll get the money, and like the production का money वो वापस आ गया, and you're already working in a big production house already. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like for me, for my like what I think in future, people don't really would want to pay on the go. Like YouTube is taking money from them, but not taking money from them. Like they are showing ads, they are making money, but people don't know they are making money. That's what's gonna happen more. Like if you see Jio, what Jio did free streaming. After every 7 minutes there'll be an ad. And the thing is, उनने सारा HBO सबका content भी ले लिया. और लोग सोचते हैं कि यार मैं तो फ्री में देख रहा हूँ, HBO के लिए मैं 1000 रुपए डालता था महीने का, मतलब 6 महीने का, अब मैं फ्री में देख रहा हूँ, तो ठीक है एक 20 सेकंड की ऐड देख लूंगा तो क्या है. So I think that's how the game is changing.
See,
there's going to be a lot of ways, man.
Yeah,
and a lot of things are changing.
Free thing is one, but premiumization is also one thing.
Yeah.
Like Vistara जब flight आया, जब इतना सस्ता flight देते Vistara ने, मैं तो महंगी flight ही दूंगा, but you'll get the experience on this. You'll get more leg space.
That's why working right now. Indigo is going shit right now.
Premiumization पे चलता ही है. That's why Netflix and वो, because they're coming in and saying YouTube पे जाके problem क्या होता है? You type something, you get so much stuff, you don't know what to look. Netflix पे जाके you know you're only getting good stuff. Even your worst experience will be better than your average experience at YouTube.
Okay, I get it now. That's why YouTube has introduced that membership thinking.
Yeah.
Because you can like premium work for.
It's always premium, and it's always like, where do I want to go now? If you want a good coffee, वो तो चाय की टपरी पे भी मिल रही है 10 रुपए की, जिससे तुम लड़ झगड़ के सुट्टा फ्री में लेके कॉफी पी सकते हो.
स्पॉट पे जाओ तो एसी मिल रहा है.
एसी मिल रहा है, सर्विस मिल रहा है. कॉफी इतनी महंगी थोड़ी होती है, 320 रुपए की या 300 रुपए की, 200 रुपए की. You're going there for the experience. Same as with movie theaters. And तू सोचना सिंघम जैसी मूवी या जिसमें वो 10 सितारों को ले आया, वो YouTube पे क्यों निकालेगा? YouTube पे अगर उसको
it comes down back to again as artist, as a podcaster, it's about presentation.
Because no matter how much creatively we go,
what the person
economics में move कर रही है भाई दुनिया.
What the person is
पैसा कहाँ जा रहा है, पैसा कहाँ से आ रहा है.
Okay, पैसा का I wanted to ask about this. VC production house having money, and in the last, I'll say 2 years, I've seen the music video work increasing like a lot.
Yeah.
What are your comments, and what do you think production house can do? Like put more money in the visual way for the music. Like we saw Hanuman guy, he went global with the work.
Yeah.
We see them all, they do amazing.
Bro, Tianis, see them all these guys are doing amazing videos. Amazing videos.
Yeah, Rahul Bharg. I even like.
यार कर्मा भाई करता क्या है भाई, क्या गा रहा है यार, ये करता क्या है.
तेरे पे
क्रेजी काम किया भाई कर्मा ने उसमें, तो मतलब उसका
वीडियो भी
बहुत crazy. What's your views on the music? Because me being a visual director and like working on this, and
man.
I've worked on 2 music videos also till now. So I saw how much the industry have grown in just the visual part. What are your opinions?
Like honestly, so actually, even in my show, I actually tell people when I'm playing the song, I'm like, yo, you need to go check this video out.
Yeah.
And even when Big Dogs came out, I was like, yo, you guys need to check this video out. I played it that day. The day it dropped, I played it on my show, like literally. And I was like, you guys need to, and then boom, it took off. And then a lot of times when I see videos like that was like Gas Stat video with Tianis, like that video is out of control. There's been a couple other videos. There was
the current Naksha and Raat Ki Rani video by
yeah, there you go.
Beautifully directed, beautifully.
Example.
Like कौन सोचा दिल्ली के 2 लौंडे छत पे बैठ के जो गाना बना रहे वो ऐसा वीडियो बना रहे होंगे.
Crazy.
रावल को ले आए भाई, इंटरनल मल्टीवर्स बन रहा है यहाँ पे. काम का वर्ड्स रावल गा रहा है, यूजी का वर्ड्स रागा गा रहा है.
So I think again,
धनजी के वीडियोस आर
he's with Emiway.
उसके कह दो कि ये झूठ, कह दो कि ये झूठ.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that was last month. Yeah, that was last month, right?
एकदम cubicle में बैठ के he's like
he's walking around the office.
It's just next song. So that's what it's amazing. Like music video खत्म होने आ रहा है, he's teasing his next song, the deluxe which is he's gonna release. So
I think a lot of the record labels aren't able to pull that off.
Yeah,
all the
that's
time.
what I was asking.
Yeah. They're not able to pull that off at the same time as a lot of these artists who are independent and who are doing this for so long. Now they have their team.
Yeah.
And they've been working towards one goal.
Yeah.
And same thing with Danji, another prime example. He's been working towards one goal. Yeah. And now it's manifesting. Yeah. And I think a lot of record labels don't like that shit. They don't like it, man.
I think they're like, okay, this is the budget. I'd rather put it in the marketing and the stuff rather than putting in the music video. So they're like, okay, just take
I think
of it, create a music video. The rest we'll put on the marketing, so anyhow it's gonna sell.
भाई crazy करते हैं. Anybody from any record label, lower level executive जो ये वीडियो देख रहा हो, I'm not expecting कि कोई बहुत बड़ा वाला वीडियो अभी तक देख पाएगा. अभी तक एक साल बाद तो पता नहीं, एक महीने में यार मैं अपने बारे में कह रहा हूँ, ठीक है। बट व्हाट यू कैन टेल देम इज कि नेक्स्ट वाले बड़े आर्टिस्ट के मार्केटिंग बजट का 10% निकाल के छोटे 10 आर्टिस्ट का म्यूजिक वीडियो बना दो, कोई ना कोई तो फटेगा भाई। कोई अच्छा आर्टिस्ट हमसे पूछ लेना, हम बता देंगे, तुम मत ढूंढना अपने हिसाब से, दोस्त ढूंढ लोगे।
Being in the scene from like a year or so, I was in Bangalore. I was working on a corporate, then I started freelancing as so I was basically covering gigs for Sidham or Upsatra.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I was doing shows. I was working with the movement, you know.
Yeah.
That's by
Stairs and all those guys.
Yeah.
Evo, Team
so
Evo.
the founder of the movement is my friend. I met her in college itself.
Who?
Damini Bhatia and Syed.
Syed, I know Syed.
I've heard that name. Yeah, I've heard that name.
Syed and Damini, they're like
Syed, of course, I know.
They're basically dating. They are handling the whole movement thing.
Got it.
Says was the
Syed is like his right hand man. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, when I went to college, we were in the same PG. We are chilling, and that time she's like, "You're listening to this music. I'm planning to start a label, the label. And I want to do this. I want to go back to Delhi."
That's dope.
We were all laughing. We were just chilling. We were having drinks.
I
was like, "Okay, this is something different." That's when the first time she make me your Hanuman kind Prabhdeep. I haven't heard Prabhdeep.
अरे भाई Prabhdeep.
सुनाया मेरे को Hanuman kind. I was like, okay, this is
mind blown, right? Mind blown, right?
The first DHS music I remember hearing properly was Classic Mod 2. That's when I became a huge fan of Prabhdeep and Seedhe Mod.
Bro,
क्या सुना दिया भाई, क्या सुना दिया.
It was Raja Kumari and Divine.
City Slums. Bhai, crazy song.
That's a dope track too.
Yeah, so they were like, okay.
Chalo, pade, kaam pade. But I think Raftaar would have been a part of it anyways.
Yeah.
And he should have been actually on that anyways. He's like an OG. And he really knows how to run the show. I really feel he should always be there anyways. He shouldn't be like an option.
I look up to Raftaar as a judge more because he's not gonna do the bullshit part.
True.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even 10% bullshit.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be
और वो bullshit भी करता है तो वो ऐसा own करके करता है. जब वो बादशाह वहाँ पे मॉक करता है तो पता चल रहा था उससे प्रोडक्शन वालों ने कराया है, बस इनकी ये करना पड़ेगा यार, ये करना पड़ेगा. जैसे अभी इक्का लग रहा है मेरे को. इक्का seems very out of place to in the whole.
Yeah. Like, bro, what's up with his hairstyle? What the fuck is up with his hairstyle, bro?
मुझे नहीं बोलना था ये.
What the fuck is that? I have no hair, so fuck everybody. What the fuck is up with that, bro? It was like a fucking Brad Pitt haircut with a fucking chutli, dude. Like what?
And it's like this much.
Yeah, it's so.
It's also like a छोटा सा पहाड़ है यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे
so
एकदम flat कर
horrible.
दिया.
I think he's just sober. So
yeah, it's.
I don't think he's sober, man. I don't think he's sober. Ever since वो yo what's up, dog? Yo तूने यार कुछ नहीं, तूने सब कर दिया, bro. I don't think he's sober, man.
I think a lot of these artists try to be too unique,
yeah,
right? Because they're already kind of at a level. Yeah, like now I can use this platform to be so unique and set some new trend, but it's. It's not cool, man.
I'm a motherfucking millionaire.
So even Raftaar, if you look at Raftaar's clothes, he was still unique, but he was still like something presentable. Yeah. Like, you know what? I'd wear that, like kind of thing.
But his all black, it was looking good.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it with the chain and everything. It was very with his everything, with the way he was straight. And that's the thing about Raftaar, and that's why I think he should be an integral part of this going forward. Because not just is he able to be a great judge, he's also able to go from the underground to the mainstream and judge the artist and make sure he can hear. He has an ear for that.
Through all the
Yeah. But
if like there's a bungalow and like he's been to every room.
Yeah.
So he knows what's gonna happen where.
Yeah.
And I can just.
Yeah. He's got an amazing perspective.
वाह कमरे में जाके आया है.
So like,
let me ask you guys a question now. What do you guys think about Yo-Yo, Honey Singh, Budshaw?
the whole commercial side of it.
Yeah. And Raftaar has been one of those guys who's able to go back and forth.
That's
which I really respect, actually. I actually like it, dude.
I also love it.
Because it's really,
It takes balls to do that.
It does.
It takes a lot of balls and a lot of composure and discipline to be able to do that. And then there's obviously people like Emiway and all these guys. Give me you guys' input, man. Because I never really liked Emiway, and then I actually started liking him recently. But I hate his live performances are garbage.
Why?
His live performances are garbage.
He's just shouting.
I would like to disagree. I'll tell you why. Like, I have a story about Emiway. I was a big Divine fan. Okay. Divine, I used to love. And when he does like Raftaar and Divine, one song, and I was like, okay, fuck this guy. Like, fuck this guy. I don't care. I'm not gonna, just hype him up.
Yeah.
After 3 years, 2019,
okay,
he opened for one of the big giants, like rapper of the States, which is Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa came to Mumbai and Delhi, 2 shows in India, and he opened for Wiz Khalifa. At that time, the performance was amazing. I would say the tracks were not that good as it is now. Like the lyrical game, it was that old tracks, like Raftaar ka jo this tha, and
but he was actually rapping, right?
Yeah, he was actually rapping.
So that was the difference between what I saw. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be that.
Yeah.
That time I was like, okay, he's a great performer. But after that, Saw Kadam Pe, like, there's one song I like of him is Saw Kadam Pe.
Yeah.
You should check it out.
Yeah.
It's better than all of his songs because he's actually not talking about any diss, anything. He's just talking about how I'm just walking my way.
Are you sure to right channel पे था? क्या?
Absolutely.
कौन से channel पे गाना सुना तूने?
Saw Kadam Pe, Emiway Bantai. So Emiway for me right now he's that dark horse which nobody likes, nobody's fond of.
He's still killing it.
And he's just gonna kill it because he knows his shit. Like उसको वो बोलता है ना कि मैं दोस्ती चारी बढ़ाने आया ही नहीं हूँ, मेरे को तुम दोस्त मानो ही मत. He's like that because
and he's actually put together a really good roster as well. The Bantai Records roster that he's putting together is pretty solid as well.
I mean,
so
they used to just talk about
it's not just not him. We're talking about his own enterprise now.
Kalamkar versus Emiway, like Bantai Records when we used to talk, used to say Kalamkar because of the lineup. But now where's Kalamkar?
Yeah.
At least Bantai Records is still like surviving. They're doing good. So, and you see people who have worked with Emiway, they won't say bad about Emiway, but his the work, but like the way he maintains his relationships. That's the problem. So I think he has an ick in that. He's bad in that. But I don't know, man. I think as an individual artist, I'll put him up.
So do you think a lot of these beefs are fake? Do you think they're fabricated to kind of drive the market?
I think, of course.
What do you think?
That was Gully Boy marketing. Raftaar versus Emiway was a Gully Boy marketing, man. I actually presented a report in my college. There was
keep it real, dog. Keep it real.
So मैं जब तक Emiway को सुना नहीं था, मैं रफ्तार को तो obviously सुनता ही था. गली बॉय बहुत जोर से वेट कर रहा था मैं, क्योंकि जोया अख्तर, रणवीर सिंह डिवाइन के ऊपर कहानी है, नेजी के ऊपर कहानी है, दोनों फेवरेट रैपर्स उनके ऊपर. अचानक से आता है कि किसी ने बीफ किया, और ये मेरे वो दोस्त आके मुझे बता रहे जो रैप सुनते नहीं है कि भाई किसी ने किया, तूने सुना क्या? मतलब मैंने इसका नाम भी नहीं सुना यार. फिर मैं गाना जाके सुनता हूँ, ये क्या कर रही है गाने में, ये क्यों कर रहा है ये. Emiway ने गाना क्यों बना, उस वक्त में कोई गाना समझ नहीं आया, बट नाउ it's my favorite Emiway song. मतलब जो soft beat पे उसने इतना प्यारा the rhyming scheme, the pauses he's taking, the image that he has created with the whole song.
He's great in the studio. I'm not gonna say no, man. But when I saw him live, he was not that great.
Wait.
It was not. It was his birthday, Pachu. It was his fucking birthday. Pachu, he's just like the whole time it's just like this, and there's like fireworks and shit going off. He's not saying. He'll say like 2-3 words, and then that was it. He'll just like, oh, the crowd, and he's just like, like a DJ would, like, how like say Skrillex will come on and he'll just jump around and there'll be fires. It was like that. It was like him being a DJ almost. Like King. Oh, okay.
I mean,
चल रहा था मेरा.
King got me with his
No.
ये बादशाह और किंग ने दोनों ने दिखा दिया कि हम रैप तो कर सकते हैं, हम बस कर नहीं रहे.
So a lot of these artists actually, even I would say like Karan Ojla, King, even Bohemia, like a lot of their actually albums are now really back to like hip hop. So it was really cool to listen to those.
Coming back to your question, I don't think commercial is a bad point, but
Yeah.
if it's just commercial and I don't say hip hop, I can't call it like. I
So
can't
what do you consider commercial? Like what is your definition to where, whether it's the presentation or the sound of it, what is it considered commercial? The content?
Commercial is the music you make for just people to make deals on it, and so it becomes a trending on Instagram, and from that, it people really acquire the music rather than the music.
Yeah.
Counter theory is
Matak Matak. What's the song by Badshah?
I don't listen to him, bro. I don't listen to that shit, bro. I would not know, dog.
So the thing is, like, Badshah does a lot of these things. King does a lot of these things, but I like King because he was like, कि अगर मैं सिर्फ यही करते रहा ना भाई तो इधर के लोग हैं ना गान मारते हैं.
Yeah.
इज्जत अब उसने monopoly moves बनाया ना. It's his way of saying कि calm down boys. I can do this also. I'm doing this because
it's a hard album, by the way. Monopoly moves is out of control.
Kodak made all three verses, especially Calm's verse and the way
I don't like that song.
I love that song, bro. I love.
Keep it real, dog. Keep it real.
I love how
that's the only
different
song I did not like in a long time. I'm not
really?
I'm just being honest.
The storytelling of Calm, bro. Calm has pura leke gaya hai yaar.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to listen to this on the way home again.
First time, I did not want them to talk shit about their exes.
That's your personal choice, bro.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, if one verse was like that, I would have been like, okay, sabka alag alag verse hai. But they decided to talk about the past experiences with girls and make it a verse.
And make it a song.
I did not... Okay, the song may be good. I did not like. Because as a fan of Seedha Mob or King ka album, I was like, okay, bro.
They even spoke about Karma, right? Even Karma, DJ Karma said, "Don't fuck with pussy." Isn't that line in there?
Yeah.
So even use somebody else, and now I get it. I see where you're coming from because they normally don't do that.
Yeah,
I get you.
Like, it's not like what I expected. I did not get it. It's more about ki it was not needed at that time. Like, agar Seedhe Maut or King, they're coming for the first time. ऐसा भी नहीं है कि भाई खट्टा फ्लो जैसा hard song बनाओ नहीं. Did you hear that Sikandar Kalu and this one King song Can't Afford Me? It's such a hard song. Sikandar Kalu and King.
Sikandar Kalu to baat.
Yeah, I probably have. I can't place it right now. I'm sure I have.
It's a crazy song, and King says that in the podcast कि अगर तुमने hip hop album बनाया तुम्हारा सिकंदर कालू का verse नहीं है तो तुमने घंटा hip hop किया India में. That's what I like. But ठीक है, maybe my opinion was different because मेरे दोस्तों को Kodak बहुत पसंद आया.
मेरे को बहुत एंटी लगा. It was definitely not something I was expecting. और फिर वो beat से चालू हुआ, the kind of video and the way the boys are flowing on this. मतलब King का भी flow मेरे को इतना प्यारा लगा. I haven't heard it in a long time.
But my favorite song was Gravity, Yashraj and King.
Oh, that was वो तो फिर grab आ गया ना उसमें, grab और Yashraj.
There's some really good music out right now. Let's put it that way. Let's just generalize everything. There's a lot of these really good artists that are putting out really good stuff right now.
Yeah.
And it's came back to more towards the hip hop vibe. Yeah, which is really good. That's why I think it makes sense. It's really came back to the hip hop vibe.
And I think it's needed. Like,
hell yeah, it has to go through waves. Yeah.
I think Honey Singh is not gonna work until he will know that Honey Singh has gone. The decades of when we used to listen to Honey Singh, I was fucking 8 years, 10 years old, 12 years old.
Now he's 12.
Now I'm 21. All right.
Oh shit! Snap!
So yeah,
snap.
The decade has gone, and I don't really want to listen to that music anymore. Everyone has grown up.
Yeah.
Honey Singh needs to know that उसका वो brown rang और वो सब चीजें नहीं चलेगी अभी. Now he needs to come to the real hip hop side and explore that rather than making the commercial side music.
But I want to ask a very tough question. Who do you think wrote Brown Rang? Brown Rang के ऊपर भी कोई जोक था शायद असल में अभी.
क्या पैसा रहा.
So you know what? The only reason I think that Yo-Yo Honey Singh won't come back to the whole hip hop side is because it's not lucrative for him anymore. He's already been making so much money.
He should make a music. He should make a song. He should make an EP with Chaar Diwaari.
Oh, Chaar Diwaari is another beast.
But
he's a very
why do I feel he'll fuck Chaar Diwaari up? After a while, Chaar Diwaari गाने बना रहा है. I'm a motherfucking crorepati. You never know with anything.
Bro, that video was crazy. Did you see that video of Chaar Diwaari dancing?
I think I have.
So, uska
Chaar Diwari's videos are all crazy. Yeah.
Okay. So next day, Hani Singh would have called him. कि आप चलिए घर पे, we'll drink wine and all, and we'll listen to your music. So Jack just released one. This Jack suna hai. Hani Singh would have been fucking drunk after like 9 pegs or something. He's literally in that that Arabic kurta type.
Yeah.
And there's a fucking nada. Okay. So he's holding wine in one glass. This is nada, and he's doing just like this, and singing song like Jack, Chaar Diwaari, holding Chaar Diwaari like this. And Chaar Diwaari is like, yeah, I need to get this on the Instagram. He posted it.
These guys are wild, man. They do some crazy shit.
Arne Singh zindagi जी रहा है भाई.
Bro, it's such a crazy video because वो होता है ना कि फ्राइडे नाइट ऐसे देसी अंकल फ्राइडे नाइट को साथ में डाउन हो गए बस लगे हुए
कोई भी चले doesn't matter चलो रखो
he has I think he is in that
Perpetual fund.
नहीं बोलते ना कि नशा छूट जाता तो फिर वो retrieve back what's that zone.
अच्छा नशा छोड़ रखा उसने.
हाँ बोला ना कि I went to the center and then I came back rehab center and I came back.
Do you think उसके गाने देख के अभी कि वो मेरे को तो लगता है हमेशा नशे में ही रहता है कि ये ऐसा बना रहा है तो
भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना Honey Singh I find him more funny right now since he came back. He told that मैं ना rehab गया था because मेरे नशे बहुत बढ़ गए थे.
Yeah.
And he was like he was like सूखे like I used to smoke 19 joints one day.
Yeah.
Fuck bro.
So the conversation
he was like he went through rehab and
and the thing is he's telling me like आप लोगों को कुछ भी करना है ना दारू पियो बाकी कुछ मत करो और don't do weed and all because it fucks your brain up. And I was like okay fair good thing to say to youth. Then but the next point is like I used to smoke 19 joints a day for 2 years. And after that, I went to rehab. I'm like, bro, if you smoke that much,
and I'm a millionaire. Hey, and I'm a millionaire. Fuck you guys. Learn the lesson well, kids.
I'm not getting answers.
Ooh, Prabhdeep, the music video.
Yeah.
Etirak. I was part of Prabhdeep's Etirak music video.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember seeing you circle. Yeah, you posted about it.
I was sitting right here.
On the dinner table, there was like, I remember seeing that.
That was also good cinematically.
Yeah, that was crazy.
No, their videos are all on point.
Yeah.
Anything that comes out of that camp in that circle is on point. Yeah. On point. There's no question.
Prabhdeep is the top guy. I mean, it was amazing, man. Prabhdeep is a very chill guy. जो सोचा था, but एक चीज जो मतलब, हाँ, नहीं यार वो बहुत सोबर आज वो भी नहीं करते ये सब. हाँ, उस दिन मतलब ऐसे पूछा था तो बातों में उसने कहा था कि मैं तो नहीं करता और स्टोरीज पे भी इज वेरी वोकल कि चिट्टा में भी उसने यही बोला है कि नशे वशे ऐसे अच्छे नहीं लगते और वो सब. बट हम लोग थे तो मी एंड एक और मेरा दोस्त है ये डाउनटाउन भांगड़ा से हम दोनों तो शूट में ऋषभ यादव करके तो we both big Prabhdeep fans but unfortunately the other peoples we were with they didn't even know Prabhdeep so the day we were obvious that's bound to happen bro. So the day we were going to shoot सूरत से 5 लोग थे तो हम 3 एक साथ ट्रैवल कर रहे थे और जो बाकी 2 मेरे साथ थे उनको प्रभदीप पता नहीं था और मैं क्या मेरे को जब से सर ने बताया मैं तो प्रभदीप के गाने और जोर जोर से सुन रहा हूँ कि भाई अब जाके प्रभदीप से मिलूंगा ये करूंगा तो इन लोग को पता नहीं मैं गाने सुन रहा हूँ क्या हो गया. फिर हम लोग शायद बॉम्बे पहुंचेंगे 2 या 3 बजे हमारा कॉल टाइम था 6 बजे 4 ही घंटे थे हमारे पास तो हमने सोचा क्या ही सोएंगे तो मैं उनको सारे प्रभदीप के गाने सुना रहा हूँ. हम लोग जिस जगह पे पहुंचे वहां पे टीवी हम लोग कल जाके नाक मत करवा देना मेरी ये अमर है ये क्लासिक मौत है ये माया है ये खेल है ये है ये वो है
आजादी के साथ था
वो मैंने बोला हाँ देखो आजादी मत बोलना तुम अभी ऐसा तो इसमें भी एक इंटरेस्टिंग है मैं बताता हूँ तो ये वो और उधर किसी को पता नहीं था. सो सबसे पहला सीन था जिसमें ही इज लिफ्टिंग द बार वो जो 3 वाला सीन है एक तो उसमें प्रभदीप कई देर तक आया नहीं 12 बज गए हम लोग 6 बजे से वहां थे हम लोग को तो बुला लिया था पहले
रात को 12 बज गए
नहीं दोपहर के 6 घंटे हो गए, 12 बज गए, हमको 6 बजे से बुला रखा है, शूट 8 बजे शुरू होना था या 8:30, हाँ, और शायद वो 12 बजे से सेट वेट लगा था, फाइनली बना था ऐसा कुछ। तो प्रदीप आया तो सिर्फ 2 जन चिल्ला रहे ऐसे, मैं और जादव, और कोई चिल्ला नहीं रहा, तो मेरे को ज्यादा कुछ बुरा लगा यार, इससे तो ज्यादा वेलकम होना चाहिए था स्टार का। फिर वो भी आगे ऐसे प्यार से करता है और कोई सिक्योरिटी नहीं, तो मेरे को थोड़ा बुरा लगा कि सिक्योरिटी वगैरह रहनी चाहिए थी इस बंदे के आसपास। मतलब प्रदीप भाई आई लव यू, ऐसा वो रफ्तार है एमीवे का मत समझ लेना, मैं तो बड़ा फैन हूँ। पर होना चाहिए था ऐसा।
प्रदीप
और फिर द डिनर टेबल केम, एंड डिनर टेबल पे ओनली वी वर लाइक 6 बॉयज, उससे 4 ही सिलेक्ट होने थे, ऐसा कुछ था। तो फर्स्ट तो होपिंग कि उस डिनर टेबल पे मैं आ पाऊं, एंड आई गॉट सिलेक्टेड, and luckily because of my height I got placed right next to the head of
with
table.
the beard you look like, especially with a pug, you look like Punjabi. You look straight Punjabi, dog.
So I was sitting very old money vibe, तो veg non veg का collection,
because you have a pug on, right? Yeah, I remember.
So प्रदीप के बाजू में बैठे, and then प्रदीप बाजी came, and वो तो मतलब शॉट दे देते हैं, उनका चिल है, पर वो मतलब इधर उधर रीटेक्स वगैरह कुछ हो रहे थे, और कितना कराएंगे, मतलब ही इज वेरी चिल विद अस कि क्या चल रहा है और सब बढ़िया। फिर मैंने उनको बोला कि यार ये आपका अमर गाना मुझे बहुत पसंद है, तो बड़े बढ़िया, तो फिर हम दोनों साथ में से बात कर रहे, इस दुनिया च पहला पर मैंने चालू किया, तो ही जॉइंड एंड उस टेबल पे खाली हम दो, और इधर जादव बैठा है थोड़ा दूर, उसको पता है, बाकी सब ऐसे मेरी मौत थी, गुड ब्रो, गुड, नाइस, कीप इट अप मैन। और फिर लास्ट में मैंने बताया कि आई मेक सॉन्ग्स, मतलब मैं तो बात नहीं कर पा रहा था, थोड़ा सा फैन बॉय मोमेंट हो गया था मेरा, तो बल्ली मतलब हाँ, I don't think I'll have a fanboy moment with a lot of people now. पहले मुझे लगता था शाहरुख खान वगैरह, तो वो भी नहीं था, पर प्रभ से मिलकर ऐसा लग रहा था यार, हाँ बड़े भाई से मिल रहा हूँ, और
there's always those few people.
The way he speaks, there's immense respect for him. यार मतलब ये बंदा खड़ा है तो, और मतलब he's speaking his mind in the right way. He's just not talking about money, this, that. He's talking about everything, and
he's an amazing artist. He's an amazing artist.
And the sonics he has, and everything that he plans, the way he plays with his videos,
his clothing, everything. From A to Z, his presentation, everything is
what I saw.
Is his formula. That's his formula. It's it.
पर मैंने उससे उस वक्त आजादी के बारे में पूछा था, ऐसे बहुत ही सटल वे में, कि हम लोग कैसे वापस कोई रीटेक हुआ, और मैंने कहा, और पाजी वो नाव, मैं ऐसे रिलैक्स होके आजादी का नाम नहीं लेते हुए बोला, और पाजी वो आजादी का नाव वो कैसे चल रही है, मेरे को याद नहीं मैंने क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा था, पर मैंने आजादी एग्जैक्टली वर्ड यूज नहीं किया था, पर प्रभ पाजी हाँ ऐसे कुछ पूछा था मैंने, और पाजी हालात कैसे चल रहे हैं, स्पेसिफिक होके कि उस तरह पूछ रहा हूँ मैं, एंड ही अंडरस्टूड द रेफरेंस, एंड उन्होंने भी ऐसा नाम लेते हुए बिना बोले, कोई नहीं अभी बोर्ड थोड़ी डगमगा रही है, देखते हैं अभी क्या करना है, एंड ही टॉक टू मी लाइक दैट, हम दोनों को ही समझ आ रहा है हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं अभी आजादी और उसको लेके, एंड देन दे शोड द स्प्लिट, मतलब उस टाइम तक वो रफ होने चालू हो गए थे रिलेशंस ऑन सोशल मीडिया, ऐसे
उसके बाद
उसके जस्ट पहले, मतलब उसी टाइमलाइन के अराउंड था वो, एंड दिस वाज हिज फर्स्ट सोलो प्रोड्यूस्ड वीडियो, मतलब फ्रॉम
आफ्टर दैट a lot of things नहीं, SOS लिसन सीधे मौत कॉलिंग ऑफ दी lot of things happened.
दर्द हुआ था कांच के घर में मेरे को, इतना अच्छा गाना चल रहा, फिर बोलते पाजी के जैसे होते तो इस लेवल में ही नहीं होते,
सीधे बात है, सच बोल,
बहुत ज्यादा सच बोल, मतलब पाजी आई लव यू अगेन। पर आप यार डांटते बहुत हो आप ऑनलाइन, मतलब दिल्ली में शो हो रहा है, लोग नहीं आ रहे, मुझे यहाँ पे बुरा लग रहा है कि यार क्यों नहीं जा रहे लोग, शिट मेरी गलती है, मुझे सूरत से जाना चाहिए था दिल्ली शो में।
Who do you like? Just listen to more, like the music you fucking more.
So right now, like for me, just because I do this show, like I really like listening to a lot of new artists and a lot of old artists, new stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, like even driving here, I was listening to XOX. I was listening to all this on the way here, right? So I listen to that very, very like religiously almost. But I think just because my bandwidth is so on a week to week basis, because I do this show every week, I really like to understand what's coming out from all different regions, whether it's Bengali music, Tamil music, Punjabi. Punjabi is like really kind of running things right now. So I think that's kind of.
I think Punjabi music. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Punjabi music is the only music Bollywood is not able to take over.
Yeah.
Like till now, Bollywood is not able.
I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people in like record labels and a lot of the hip hop artists. That's why I think even if you know, like Divine did a lot of these Punjabi collabs. They're all, and it's really turned into a very Punjabi driven hip hop market now. In a way, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just feel like, to be honest, their music is very cultural. They love music. Music is their music is
really
very
proud
passionate.
of it. Yeah, point वो लोग कुछ ज़्यादा ही proud है अपने music के लिए.
I used to have a girlfriend now. You play any she just starts shaking. She was a Punjabi girl, like so that was just like it's in their blood. You know what I mean? Yeah, they start shaking. She started shaking. She would like it was unbelievable because it's in their blood. Like that music, that culture of music and expressing themselves is very embedded. So I kind of feel like that is. Sorry, Gujarati hip hop guys, but I think Punjabi right now is
उनके जो classic melodies जो बैठते हैं ना with fuse them with raps and you have those crazy flows coming in. जो normal Hindi बोलने वाले हैं वो नहीं कर सकते.
Look at Diljit Dosanjh did Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm going to look at Diljit Dosanjh in a week.
Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm going to the Dilli show. I'm performing with him.
Oh, what?
I'm performing.
Nice, yeah. What's up? Exclusive. You got that? Nice. Are you going to grow your beard for that?
Sort of. It's the work is on now.
Nice.
So he's the first musician to ever be on the Billboard.
South Asian.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, man.
This like 2 days back.
Yeah.
No, he's redefining a lot of stuff, and I think that's why it's kind of he's setting the path now for even the whole hip hop game to come right behind him, right? Divine is one of those other guys.
I see Middle Eastern people crying like they do after movies. London show, Middle Eastern people going there crying in his concert.
Oh yeah, they
amazing to see.
They love the whole Bollywood scene actually. Out there, the Bollywood scene is huge. It's crazy.
The music. Like how it crosses boundaries, like one artist it just takes over.
Yeah.
Like they were Brazilians, they were like can't even speak properly.
Diljit
Dosanjh. That way, but they can connect to the music. They can.
Yeah, man.
If they can't even understand the lyrics, they can relate. Like they can see.
For sure.
It's amazing.
Music to watch
it's. I think it's the sweetheart energy he has in himself.
Sweetheart carefree.
He just radiates it out. Yeah. वो बोल रहा है मुझको कुछ नहीं मेरे को पराठे खिलाओ मेरे को बैठाओ मेरे को इतना सब नहीं है. Even his vlogs, like वो गाँव में बस साहब से बैठा है नीचे कुछ इतना नहीं है. So I like that.
People have that aura about them, right? Yeah. Especially with two artists.
Just going to the completely different scale right now.
Yeah.
When we talk about musicians, pop throughout the history, we talk about NWA, we talk about the whole Compton, the whole New York scene.
Yeah.
From where it emerged. There have always been substance abuse and the drug dealing things associated with hip hop and the hip hop music. I just wanted to have that on what are your opinion? What are your views on that? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so for me personally, I've had these conversations with a lot of people, especially in the industry, like a lot of record labels. They say that this is all kind of they again the record labels want you to create a certain type of content, right? Because of that content, there's a lot of culture that builds behind it, whether it's a clubby track or it's about a drug dealer track or it's about a hoe type track or it's about fucking all kinds of bitches type track. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Ho's got a show, man.
Yeah. So all these have cultural trends that they create, right? I kind of feel like during that time, I think there was a lot of stuff that was going on. Like, rephrase your question again. Let me know your question again. Like, I want to make sure I'm answering it properly.
When we talk about hip hop or like with normal level people who doesn't listen to music much, like the hip hop music or doesn't know the history of hip hop. Like there's always been a thing about hip hop and substance abuse by the artist.
Got it.
So what are your views on that? And
yeah. So I think
for me, if I'll start, for me it was when it started because of their hood, like the neighborhood from where they started.
Yeah.
Like the substance abuse was always in the part before they were making music. So when they started making music and they started to spit out their life, they started to write the real shit. That's why they brought everything. And hip hop became the most realist part of, rap, like rhythm and poetry.
Right.
What are your views on that?
So from what I know and the world that I came from back then, a lot of the actually drug money paid for these artists' studio time.
Okay.
Yeah.
right? They paid for their music
They were
videos.
vocal about this also.
Yeah, they paid for their music videos. That money was fueling this whole genre. So I think, there's a couple lines. They say, I didn't know MCs confessed in stereo. There's like, they're talking about their crimes on music and stuff like that, and kind of being flagrant about it. Right. So then there's that flip side where these record companies were actually fueling that. They were funding that stuff. They didn't say no to that anymore. Right? Because normally that wasn't normal. It just wasn't. So it was kind of like it was a very
vicious cycle.
Yeah, it was a vicious cycle, not just culturally. I would say financially,
but also
as far as the genre
was growing so much that they wanted to fuel
and
that.
And during that time, actually, the whole crack epidemic was really big. It was really big. And that was kind of like where there was all these people still rap about these like government schemes and like, how it was implemented. So it's kind of interesting. It's a fucking rabbit hole. And it'll be a whole another podcast. Yeah. But But that was from my experience. A lot of it was fueled from that. Not just content wise, but also supporting these artists to put it out there and do these things. And I don't think very many of the old school legends, icons, these tycoons that are the hip hop have actually been not associated with it, right? Every single one of them, Jay-Z, he was the crack guy, Wu-Tang, all these guys, right? Snoop Dogg, all these guys have some kind of ties with it. Now they're doing it legally, actually. Snoop is like legally selling weed now, which I miss California. I miss you guys. But yeah. So like, it's not something I think that's too taboo. And I think that's been even with rock music.
I think it's taboo in India right now because people are too shy to talk about it. It's
so you're talking about weed, or you're talking about like hard drugs, like crack cocaine? So hard drug, crack cocaine, heroin, stuff like that. That's stuff that I think kind of fueled the thing. But weed has been part of the culture. And so there's a kind of a difference.
Absolutely. And I think because like in India also, if you see like India, if you take youngsters from Pakistan, they are also vocal about it. Like, बोलते हैं कि हम लोग में like we are not promoting you all to smoke weed, but we are saying the truth we saw. The truth like what we are doing. I can't be fake about it. So that's what Sidamot says this openly. Like I can't be fake about it. I smoke weed.
I really think eventually it's going to be legalized here in India. By the way, it's going to be legalized here in India. I'm going to say it in about 10 years. It'll take about 10 years.
Okay. Question this.
That's a bold statement.
That's just.
But I kind of feel like it's going in that way because
you're not fucking talks.
No, but do you think for me, like, I don't have any opinions on weed as of yet, but I think if it's done, it'll be more regulated and it'll be better. What do you think?
Bro, so first, it's an Ayurvedic plant from thousands of years, right? It's been known as one of the original Ayurvedic plants. It's a freaking plant.
Yeah. It was first found in India.
Exactly. Like, so I think it's inevitable that's going to happen. I think regulating it and doing that.
Just on that point, we also have poisonous plants, so should not probably eat every plant we see. It's a fucking plant. Let's go, man.
Only once.
Skydive without parachute. Only once.
Being a jungle student again, I used to search about this. Still, the like amount of hashish and weed which is exported from India to Amsterdam, Canada. It's like a lot.
Exported or imported?
Exported. So even
exported.
A lot of heroin as well. A lot of heroin from like Pakistan and Afghanistan as well.
यहाँ से बना के Amsterdam भेज रहे हैं.
Yeah.
Manila hash.
Go to Amsterdam.
Manila hash.
All the hash you're smoking, it's from Manila. Yeah.
God damn India, let's go.
Let's start taxing that shit. Come on, Modi ji. What are we doing? We're missing, as gujus, we're missing out on a business opportunity. What are we doing? What are we doing with our lives?
मोदी जी भी लाइक यहाँ पे वो आगे उन लोग को बंद कराते हैं यहाँ के GDP बढ़ेगी.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but
जय शाह क्यों अमित शाह क्यों नहीं BCCI स्ट्राइक मारेगा इस पे
नहीं अमित शाह बिजी होगा ना भाई ज्यादा काम है उसको
बेटे वो हमारे बोल्ड स्टेटमेंट भाई आप काट देगा ये आप कट जाएगा
No, I think we go. मतलब I hope पहले alcohol का sort होगा like in the States, which is like like good.
So just as a side note, I was a legal patient in 1998 in the US, a legal weed patient.
Oh.
In 1998.
So basically, you got paid to smoke weed.
No.
No.
I was able to legally go into a pharmacy and buy it. Yeah, and carry it with me. Cops can't do nothing.
Yeah.
And that was for recreation or actual medical?
No, medical use. It was I used to have insomnia and like anxiety and stuff. So I got it through that.
That's for
it worked out. I was like, yo, let's go.
Let's go.
1998, bro.
But now if you see, like THC doing wonders and like the seizure part also.
Yeah.
Like they're making a liquid.
Yeah. So it's the CBD that actually helps with a lot of epileptic people.
CBD oil.
CBD oil, yeah. So CBD oil is actually available here in India already. Full spectrum CBD is available here. Yeah.
So, being a football player, I was working with a club. This is my school time days. So I was back to back I went for national camp, Chandigarh. So there in a camp, we had 2 sessions of CBD oil just for the recovery.
Yeah.
No, I'm not lying. And like this is on records. They had a sign. It's all true. Yeah.
सब भंडों के फुटबॉल खेल रहा है.
No, CBD doesn't get you high.
So what? Yeah, it doesn't get you high.
CBD is the.
So what were the effects? What were your benefits out of that?
Good sleep.
What came out of that? Yeah.
Good sleep, good recovery of muscles, fibers, and
less inflammatory, right?
Yeah, big tissues, good recovery.
That's amazing.
Good extra initiation endurance. Like when you're working on a camp, you play back to back every day.
Yeah.
So 3rd or 4th day now you don't have that much energy in the morning again.
Yeah, you can't bounce back as fast. Yeah.
When that happened, it was like okay, morning up, that fresh energy. You could feel that.
Like it was like the first day again.
Yeah. And these are the things which I remember.
That's amazing.
This was like 11th grade or something.
Sick.
And it was actually good. This was the time when it wasn't on the stores, it was online. So they got it online for us.
That's
but
amazing.
Now it's like a lot of, I think...
there's even stores. There's stores here in Surat.
Yeah, Indian brands.
Yeah. They're all over.
There's a couple of Indian brands who's, working on it. But it was a good experience. And I think for sports and like these kind of things, it's better because I have a friend who's playing in FC Goa right now. FC Goa, the ISL.
Yeah.
He's in the team.
Sure.
He's 2 years younger to me, but he's in the team. They have it's normal to them for their recovery. So when they take tablets, like they take vitamin tablets.
Yeah, supplements and all that.
Yeah, supplements and all. It's like a supplement to them. Like once a week or once a month, whenever it's scheduled, they take it for the recovery.
Wow.
And I think
that's amazing. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm obviously all about it. I think if it's used right, prescribed properly, people understand the different spectrums.
That's what,
it's education.
CBD and THC are the different things.
Yeah. Educating people is a big deal.
People. CBD is for your health. Whatever. Yeah, that's what we do in Pregnant Talks.
Hey, lovely.
Today we had DJ RDFX and Schoolboy Sharma. Also Rohit Bhai. We had a lot of fun. We talked about music, with branches about it, detailing, all the thing about labels, artists, individual artists. What are the things you can do? What are things going on? What are you looking for? And yeah, it was just another episode. I'll see you next week. Till then, keep listening to Pregnant Talks. Listen to your mom and dad and eat your veggies.
Oh my god.
Eat your veggies. Nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.